you are my lucky charm. I hold you close in the night in my arms. And when we open our eyes, my worries fade away. 'Cause you gave me your heart in the light of day, in the light of day. When we open our eyes, my worries fade away. 'Cause you gave me your heart in the light of day, in the light of day. You are my lucky charm. I hold you close in the night in my arms. And when we open our eyes, my worries fade away. 'Cause you gave me your heart in the light of day, in the light of day.
Happy birthday, Mike Jones, my man. Yo, thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Yeah, man, make a drinking game out of it. Have some fun with it. You know what I mean? Only have a birthday once a year, you know? Might as well do something fun with it. Let me also lower this down a little. Boys, we got ourselves duels tonight. I still have not fixed this at all, have I? You know what? I don't have an excuse. Chat, I don't have an excuse. I'll, man, maybe I'll try tomorrow. Maybe I'll try tomorrow. Love the intro every time. It's so good, dude. It is so good. I didn't make it, but it is so good. It's like I thought about changing it up, but it's like it's so classic. You know what I mean? It's done not by me, but somebody in the community made it a while ago, man. When the bread memes were a thing on this channel, where tossing bread at a screen while my face is on stream was like a meme in this community. That was a long while ago, dude, where Jacko was around. Defco and Jacko, dude. Those two have kept that dream alive for so long. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope all of you are having a good one, though, boys. We got more duels this evening over for the 5v5 EU side of things. I'm going to be logging in now. Hopefully we have some groups. That or I'll be starting some myself. Johnny, Rick, I don't know if Plush is on tonight, but we'll see. Love it is amazing. It is so good though, dude. We got the groups up over in the LFG in just a second here, boys. Arthas Paladin Blasphemous. Oh, come on, man. What do you mean? What do you mean, Arthas Paladin Blasphemous? Arthas is the OG, one of the OG Pallies, isn't he? Well, actually, no, he's not OG. Like, who is the OG? Is there an OG Paladin? Humans have kind of just always had Paladins, right? Was there the first Paladin that just like reached lore-wise or whatever? Like the first dude to touch the light and light was about to say touched it back, and then I thought I probably should board it like that, but you know what I mean? Like wield the light, I guess. Johnny needs one. Who's in the other group? Do we have a second one? Or do I make a second one real quick here? I'm assuming I make a second one real quick. Edric? There is a name? Is there actually a first paladin name? Uther was the first? Uther was the first? Leo did one. Beautiful. 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 Who the hell is talking? What the hell? What are these two rats talking about, man? Excuse me? What are these two rats talking about, dude? What is happening here? What the ratatouille? You guys want to watch some rats talking? Groups, by the way, are listed in LFG. We got ourselves some Muska join in. There it is. If y'all want to join in, you're more than welcome to. Let me post how to join in, boys. I got this annoying ringing in my right ear, by the way. That's gonna be fun. So if I don't hear you guys super well, I know I have to read the chat, but if I don't hear you guys super well, that'll be my excuse. Rick is in. He is in. Wait, he actually just asked him want a coom, and he's like, sure. He literally just asked him want a coom, and he's like, sure. And now they're both running off. Brother. Brother. Brother, what? Brother, what? They were just talking about... Let me check the name. He was like, where did he get this item? Oh, where did it drop? Oh, let me check. I forgot. Samuel Plateau. Fug. F-U-G-E. Fug. The boss before last one. I'm gonna go get it. Hopefully. Good luck. Wanna come? Oh, okay. He's asking him wanna come with him. I didn't read it. In context, it doesn't sound that bad. But if you took away the context, that's pretty bad. He asked me if he wants to come to the Sunwell. But all I read is what a coom, sure, and then just read off. Like what? Alrighty. Well, there goes our stream. Thank you so much for joining me, hunting role players in Argent Dawn. Never change Argent Dawn. Never change. We haven't even been to the bad parts of Argent Dawn either, dude. I'm sure if we go to Silvermoon, we'll find some degenerates in there. And I mean it in the nicest way possible. You know what I mean? Jurax? Yeah, hold on. Does he want to join? Hey, wanna join 5V5 Duels, friend? Jurax, is that none of things, I think I'm confusing him with somebody else. Hey, Bayak, Duels tonight? Does Ash want to join? Hey, want to join some 5v1s? I hope it changes it. 50 Shades of Org? Yeah. 50 Shades of Orgrimmar, man. Light brown, dark brown, all kinds of just sandy, mud, and brown. What the ratatouille? Diabolical, dude. Moonguard, we're in here. Bro, Moonguard. I don't know. Is Moonguard worse? Is Moonguard worse than Argent Dawn in terms of like degenerates behavior? Or nah? Nah, that's not a sudden flushed away. The entire city must be flushed. Just get back from a big backyard is geared. Oh. Okay. Ash apparently was a naughty little boomy. Does Black want to join? Hey, wanna join 5v5s? Getting groups together right now, man. Well, let's join White Man. Curiosity, Mystery River, PvE. Johnny making a group partner. Does he want in? Kimpachi. Oh, hey, Duels tonight? Getting groups together right now. Yeah. Shiny. Hey, wanna join 5v5 Duels tonight? Okay, Blago is a no-go tonight. Unfortunately. Limpalium, does he do these? Dude, a lot of the times I'm like, name, does he do these duels regularly? I don't remember. I know the Limpalium hangs out. Leo at the moment, buddy. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So he's ahead, but on the other team. Does Mayora join these? Warlix Pinnacle. Is he like farming mounts? Hey, wanna join 5v5 Duels? I'll ask Mayori, because I think Mayori played on it before. Drudy, he's doing stuff right now. Hey, Duels tonight? I'm gonna ask him anyway. I'm gonna ask Drudy if he wants to join either way. Moo Wings, get in here, Moo. Hey, Duels tonight? He's in a solo shuffle. But I want to see if I can get him in here either way. Yo, Dal, can I get added? BNet, sure. Are you in the group right now? For sure, man. Dalaran hashtag 1340. Oh. Yeah, Kapachi cannot, man. Kapachi is having some health issues. And honestly, I feel you, brother. And Mayori's vibing somewhere in the chatter. Oh, Riptides. Hey, Duels tonight? Riptide's already in the thing, but maybe he'll be down for it. Hey, wanna join 5v5 Duels? Friend? Shy? Does Shy join these? He's in Mana Forge Omega. Maybe I'll ask him after he's out of Mana Forge. Oh, Gara. Oh, I haven't talked to Gara in a while, man. Getting groups up now. Got 2 spots in my group. ATM. Maybe I can get Nick on the body. Nick at a +1. So might be able to get these started real soon, boys. Ready? Beautiful. By the way, we still need one. Oh, Curdy. Oh, I can get Curdy in though. I can get Curdy in. Yeah, Curdy. Now only 1 spot open. It's going quick. Haha. I need to switch over to, yeah, convert to the group. All right, we got 1 spot, boys. We got 1. This is gonna be the one and only. Swanky Orc? Yo, that's a good name. Swanky Orc. That's a fantastic name, to be honest. Yo, Duels tonight? Yes, even what's in. I'm so surprised I got an instant Q solo shuffle and won 4 out of 6 rounds and full M+ build no keybinds. Depending on the MMR, I imagine like you can just like blast as long as like a lot of the times as long as you can pump damage numbers, maybe land 1 good CC, you can, yeah, depending on MMR. Yeah, enemy sending I'm like insane. Hold on, let me see if I can add you. I'm gonna guess the name is just, yeah, insane. Beautiful, easy to find, easy to add, and I can scroll over, find your name. Where are you? Here we go. Set note. I'm gonna just gonna. There we go. Make sure to add a note just so I can like remember. You know what I mean? When I add a little like smiley face to you guys' names or some kind of like a face emote, that's usually like, okay, I need to remember this guy. That's like it's like a mental note. So when you see some of these that I don't have a note for, like unless it's Zakari who's been around for ages, you know what I mean? Or Crank who's been around for ages, especially if you guys are like not somebody that I've known for like a very long time. Stuff like that helps me a lot. Riptide's down to join. Let me know when to invite. And Vladislav also said you down to, man. ADK, bro. Or he said ADK. Okay, it's fine. We can get Riptides. Maybe Vlad Goires will rethink. Now, yeah, let's go. All right, this team is ready, boys. Teams are ready. Okay, both teams are ready. We are gonna send it. Rickmeister, join lead. Invite spectator match. Rickmeister and Johnny Boy 5 the grand 1. I think I got it right. Every time with Johnny, I'm like, is it 2 H's or 2 N's? And it looks like I got it correct. Alrighty, boys, we are set. Starting at 700 low. Not necessarily low. I wouldn't call that low. Like, I guess it depends, like how, because MMR in solos, I don't think scales up super well until like tail end of the season. If it was a BG Blitz, I'd say that's pretty low because people are already playing on like usually 26, 27, 2800 because that MMR scales way up, dude. For some reason, they don't have any like anything, any checks on it. Second solo shuffle on the expansion. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. I think solo shuffles can be pretty fun when the queues are like popping. Almost nearly instant queues are super fun. Check me out. With the Mog, you mean? Okay, I will. Switch. I will do it while I'm introducing you guys. You know what I mean? Currently over for the team one, ready to go. I like that set. It looks so good. I like it. Look at it, dude. It looks so... I love it. They should have done cool tier and trench coats during BFA. Why do we have to wait until like War Within in order to get these? This especially gonna be first one up. The Bloodfang set versus Insane. He's got him the Prowler look going on. The Dragonfly Prowler look. Which looks pretty good, honestly. They're right next to each other. They know the other's there. It's going to be Phantom Nice. Shot by Insane. By Nesmershka onto Insane. Get himself an opener. Blades and everything. Trinket in between. Does pop an evasion. Trying to see if he can get himself counter pressure. Going to be a quick fade away for Nesmershka. But somebody keeping him in combat either way, though. Maybe like a weapon enchant. Procking a dot onto Nesmershka. Does catch himself a blind reset versus Insane. But now no longer has a trinket. But he has those fidget spinner weapons, though. They do look good. He does catch a reset. No rupture to keep him in combat or keep him out of stealth at the very least. That is unfortunate, but still does get himself a reset. It is unfortunate for Nesmershka, who still has a trinket, so he's okay. Really important for Insane to try to see if he can get himself a good go versus Nesmershka. Needs to find a way to stopgap some of the bursts. That is a great opener by the Rogue. Not the most amount of damage. Blaze was used this time around, and Insane can get himself vanishes just to get himself a proper reset. Get a shot onto Nesmershka with a killing spree. Disarmer after blind to follow him. He just rotating through all the CC. I'm pretty sure Sab DR. No, it's not, but Gouge for Gouge is diabolical. For Nesmershka, this is going to be an opportunity. Next stun lock he's got. This could be huge. Insane, however, has a lot of good sustained damage. Going to be that Gube coup de grace for Nesmershka with a massive build-up for a huge secret technique to finish it off. Without a trinket available, there's just not much you can do. And Sorrow is going to be up next as a survival. Hunter flare down, giving Nesmershka at least a bit of this honorable duel. Letting him catch a reset. Does catch him with a binding shot immediately. Stepping right after. Cheap shot trinket to follow for Saru. Trying to see if he can back himself out of there with a scatter shot. Vanish out for the Rogue. The Hunter's marked no dots, I don't think. No, it looks like there ain't no dots on him at all. And he does explosive shot, but not a grenade. Nothing to get some damage over time. Not even, I don't think he, unless he cloaked. No, he didn't cloak. I was thinking maybe like a Raptor Strike, Serpent Sting. Dice Rogue battle. Yeah, you gotta love it, man. The differences between the two. The fact that Outlaw Bro can actually do like good sustained damage with a bit of a build-up without like a proper cooldowns or lockdown. It does. Oh, this Meshkin running into Freezing Trap, unfortunately. But Sour getting himself a lot of bit of range damage. Is going to be stabbed on that charge with the coordinator to assault Sour Gun. Potential lots of damage for this Meshkin. This could be an evasion strategy here. Does get himself the little turtle that could. Giving him a small little bump. Look at that turtle on top of his head. Barely can see it, but it is definitely there. Evasion out for the Rogue. Trying to see if he can keep the pressure going. Grenades are missing. Fear of the Eagle does not connect as Nesmershka is nowhere nearby. Botting shot, random place, kind of guessing where the Rogue could go. Not a bad move, honestly. Not the worst move at the end of the day, honestly. Maybe an alternatively could also flare. Pet somehow catches the Rogue. Cheap shot to follow. Sauru, do you have enough survivability? That is some big secret technique damage, and the Nesmershka landing yet another one. Does Leo give the Nesmershka an honor duel? He does not. Unlike the Hunter, he doesn't want to give the Rogue an out whatsoever, throwing him into a death and decay. Rogue forced to use cooldowns in order to try to see if he can peel away from Leo. Does land a kidney shot. That was a meld. No vanish for a while. Has a cloak of shadows. At the very least, you can stop some of that frost damage in you. It's going to go for a cheap shot lockdown onto Leo and just walk it out of there. Is he actually going to be able to catch an escape? There's no shot. Disarm as he's trying to see if he can get some sort of a setup. Blind to hold the Rogue in place. Cloak of shadows is available. Does not get to pre-cloak. Trinket. Might need to cloak it right here. There's going to be a lot of breath, a lot of damage. Cloak needs to come out immediately. Cloak is out, but the physical damage still goes through, unfortunately. With WFR bot, I like his name, by the way. It almost sounds like I'm in a radio show host. WFRFM. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm about to go into like an ad read. And then you have like a bunch of like cheesy ass like radio like sounds. Like WRFM. Clown's horn, you know, honking or whatever. The Rock. Eagle swooping in, right? You got like those cheesy sounds. I wish I had, like, if I had a full soundboard, I feel like I could recreate it. The fact is, though, I don't have a soundboard, unfortunately. Although I probably should maybe invest into one, although I feel like I'll be very annoying with it. Like, knowing myself, knowing my personality, I feel like I'd be very annoying with a soundboard. Silence out by Leo. WFR, not in a great spot. The bot may be in a bit of a rough situation. Blind to follow Leo. Still has the defenses technically. I'm pretty sure AMS is down, so death pack, first aid are the two ways that he can potentially heal here. WFR is not in an amazing spot, but can heal. He is playing the one talent that is encourages him to use Maelstrom offensively in order to be able to get a freebie heal. He'll spend the Maelstrom offensively and he'll get like fake Maelstrom to heal himself defensively. So he basically gets to double it up. But it does mean that he doesn't have a situation where he can just spam Maelstrom anytime he wants it. He needs to use it for damage, then heal. Damage, then heal. It becomes more valuable. The skill is really rough on your mana, but it is more valuable because you basically get to double dip. You do have to use it offensively, then defensively. Silence under WFR. Did blow a trinket in between of it, unless he has a heal right now. Bulwark last second, where the heal's barely keeping him alive, but looks like the death that continues to land obliterate after obliterate after obliterate. Slamming him down into the dirt. That is so unfortunate. Grain, how you doing, bud? You want to join us? If we do get spots, man, we can definitely get you in. Definitely can get you in. How you doing, by the way, man? Hope you're having a good one. Missed you, bud. Missed ya. It is going to be a big damage onto Leo. Does have himself domed together with an IBF just to try to survive Moo Wings damage. But this is a Paladin, however. So what can you do in this situation against a Paladino? I don't think you know much. Man's literally beating you with a bamboo stick. He's literally out, still in his vacation garb, still enjoying the summer. Even though it's like, what, spring? No, it's spring. September is what I meant to say. Like, chat, who do you know that would confuse spring and September? Nobody. That's why you're here. For that quality brain rot entertainment, right? Mr. Joe, man. Yeah, I hope you're doing good, my guy. If you want to join us tonight, we'll always have a spot for you, man. We'll always have a spot. As soon as one is open, we can get you in. Either be with Team Rick or Team Leo. Either one works, honestly. Might actually be a good idea maybe to... Actually, I was going to say send one Paladin roll from Team 2 to Team 1, but they also have a Paladin. For some reason, I thought we had no Paladins on Team 1, but Moo Wings. Moo Wings is like, all right, Dal, apparently I'm chopped liver. Apparently I don't count. Ka-chow? Bro, what are these Paladin names? I just noticed his name is Ka-chow. They're so good. These are literally the best Paladin names I've ever seen. Only one that beats it is maybe Layson. We got ourselves full burst. Ka-chow with a bubble. Try to see if he can catch himself a reset. Full immunity out for Moo Wings. Has he got first aid? Literally can't stop him. Literally, the only thing he can do is Torrent Racial stun him. Literally does no physical damage. Unfortunately, when you have all your damage be Holy Strike, the game will pick whether it's Holy or physical. Because he doesn't have like a Cloak of Shadows, it doesn't default to a physical. It just acts like a magic immunity. So he literally got himself immunity and then first aiding while he's right in front of him. Which is absolutely some diabolical work. Ham Joe is going to be last one. Actually, yeah, last one left over for that team too. With Moo Wings potentially bringing it back home. He's still got a bubble by the looks of things. Layer Hands potential is still available. Trinkets out, maybe in a bit of trouble. Layer Hands and Ham Joe also has to go for Layer Hands. The trading cooldowns perfectly. Moo Wings have been behind the defenses. Needs a few seconds for the Shield of Vengeance. That'll land a stun. Landing a stun. Ham Joe doesn't break out of it immediately. Shield of Vengeance for Moo Wings. Can he get a bubble out of Ham Joe? He might just need a bubble. Bubbled it? Can he force a bubble out of him? Can he force a bubble out of Ham Joe? That's what he needs right now. If he can force a bubble, he'll be fine. Cannot back it up out of there. Ham Joe's gonna have to start healing. You might just have to bubble either way. Yep, he's just gonna have to bubble. He's like, you know what? I just want to get some value in my bubble. Wings, next stun wins. If you just live long enough, next stun wins. Next stun wins. Unless you he can have Blessing a Sank. You win. You win. You win if you stun. You win if you stun. Land the kill. He can do it. Push in. He can actually finish it. Searing Glare to guarantee, but a blind in between for Hamjo. Does he have the stun? One to Warbreaker. Hodge run after. No way. Moo wings. Oh no. Blind last second. Needed one more cast. No. It was so close. And Hamjo does come out on top there. I actually was rooting for Moo wings there. That was so close. Actually so close. Maybe if he's Searing Glared a little early so he didn't get blinded, but that's really about all he could do. I understand why he played it so safe. Another option would have been to stun, do damage while waddling away. That's another thing you could maybe do, but damn. Epic. It was so good, dude. Actually so good. With Curdy going to be second to last over for the team 1. For Hamjo, he's got 3 to go through. Potentially this could be Hamjo's clip, man. Is he going to be the guy highlighted here? Possibly. He's got not a lot of mana. He's got him some Spell Warden, Shield of Vengeance, maybe Lay on Hands coming up. That Spell Warden is going to do a lot of work here potentially. Silence on Hamjo is going to be Curdy trying to see if he can back himself out of the get himself the slows with the Void Torrent, everything available. Hamjo is going to have to go for an immunity. Blessing of Spell Warden. There it is. Curdy may just need to find a way. Can you Master Spell it? Can you Master Spell it? I think it might be lines for Hamjo actually. Curdy has a lot of damage. He is a Shadow Priest. Look at the damage, just wadding the guy down. It does end up flaying him last second. This is why you don't want to mess with the Shadow Priest, especially out in the open like this. Moo Wings picking up 2, and this Bush can pick it up 2 as well. Well done, well done. Damn, dude. I was hoping the tournament would do it. Alrighty. Both Rick and Johnny, let me know when you guys are ready. We'll get another one up and running, boys. Right me BNet if you're good to go or if you need more bodies. And then we can get you guys more. If let's say you're missing one, we got Grain. I'm sure he'd love to join in. I'm sure he'd love to join in as a standby. Where am I for my duels list here? Am I at 950? Okay, 950. Need one more? All right. Open up in LFG. Wait, you already did. I think. Never mind. Ready. Beautiful. Okay, so Rick needed a body for like 2 seconds, and apparently one of you guys claimed that spot like that. So well done. Good eye on you. Let's do a... I was about to send you guys into a Rook, but I feel like it's a little too claustrophobic. I like Rook, but it's a little claustrophobic. You gotta go into Hook. Did Bayek say anything? I will let you know. We had one open for like 2 seconds before claimed it. Yeah, Bayek wants to join in, boys. If you guys got a spot, man, if you get a Bayek in as well. Goss agree? Yo, Goss is in? Yo, I was thinking it was going to be Grain. How are they going to play into stream? 2 hours. So we just started and we're going to be going for about 2 hours back-to-back games, man. So there'll be plenty of time tonight to play. The big man, it starts looking for me. Then we're going to get SP. All good, my guy. All good. Yeah, it's a tough one, honestly. Especially towards the tail end with dampening and your heal-based class. Yeah, it is not easy. It is not easy. But you did really good against the Tora and Pally, though. That was really well done. Very well done. Honestly, you can't win them all. But however many you can win, you did good. What I'm trying to say is you did good. Don't beat yourself up. Which. Guess what? What's up, my man? Less Pala, more furries? Yo, is that what we're going for, dude? Less Pala, more furries. Bro, I'm already hanging out in Argent Dawn and watch a couple of Alperos talking about gooning. Like, what do you want from me, man? I bring the content you guys want. You know what I think some of these arenas really need? You know that, like, the Muppets old people that they sometimes wheel out for, like, Game Award shows that kind of, like, trash talk everybody? They're, like, from a bygone era. I feel like they should add something like that in arenas. You know what I mean? Like 2, I don't know, old orcs cracking jokes the entire time or something. You know what I mean? Add some humor, add some new NPCs to rotate that you'll see inside of like the stage of the arena. Because the NPCs here, they don't really rotate ever. Insane, try to see if he can lock down Gossagry. Bear form and just hoping to live. He's gotten some mushroom procking. Cyclone is gonna go for a bit of a bear form, just trying to see if he can bear through the gun show. Holy, Gossip having to go for a trinket. Does not give him a chance to breathe at all. The Outlaw Rogue is just there poking at the bear with those ambushes, not letting him play the game whatsoever. Finally, Cyclone, finally a breather, finally able to catch up like a regrowth or two. My God, and the Rogue immediately rushes him. Disarm for a moment, doesn't even matter. He's still got pistols. He's still got the gun. Cloak of Shadows on your burst. Like, Gossip cannot heal. He can't stand still. He can't do damage. And the Rogue is just there the entire time in his face, locking him down, not letting him play the video game. Not letting him play at all. Cyclone, quick clone at the very least. Regrowth, dude. So far, the only thing this man has been able to cast as an ability is regrowth and then sit and bear. Like, are you a boomkin or are you more like a wrestler / guardian in this duel? And literally, you are a wrestler / guardian. Holy. Back in the bear form. Oh, Rogue actually just, Rogue starts auto attacking me. Back in bear form, I guess. Seriously, what is this? Wait, he got some damage for a second. He sees a little more. Trees, Cyclone. Woo, woo, he's still alive. And the Rogue is low. Wait, can you somehow turn around? Just a little bit more damage. He got Fury of Balloon. Rooted him far away. Is this gonna be the kill? Wrath. Oh, he did it. Holy Gossagree. Bro, if I played a boomkin and this was every time I dueled somebody and this was me right here, I don't think I would have the nerves to withstand that, bro. The nerves of steel you gotta build up to be a boomkin in this type of world is like insane. Like, holy moly. At least I do well in group comps, right? At least like when somebody else heals you while you're in bear form, you're like, it's a good defensive. You just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just rough out when you're by yourself. It's rough when you're solo. At least they pump when like somebody else can heal them. And I can just send them boomy form and do some damage, bro. What is this? 62 mil? Wait, dude, actually 62 mil? Is that how much damage you did to him? Disarm onto Leo, drop it down, don't mind me. Yep, got him some lots of damage. I don't know. Gossagree did really well against the Rogue, but I cannot see a situation where you're just going to be able to fight a Rogue and then fight a Frost Death Knight who's just on your tail the entire time. You did as well as you could. I honestly felt like he was going to lose the duel versus the Rogue just because I felt like it was like the matchup is just not in his favor as a boomkin. But he did a lot better than I expected. Look, really well done. Big damage out by Moonwings, and Leo may be a bit of trouble. Got himself a trinket to get himself out of the stun. Brant still continuing to pump through his veins. Moonwings maybe looking at immunity here. Leo trying to see if he keeps himself alive. Dawn Knight still rotting him down. Trinket out for Moon with the Leo in hands. Leo just death striking for his life. Death pack right after him, but he just doesn't have much health to work with for Moon. Just needs a little bit more damage. AMS to keep Leo alive, barely though. It is helping soak up a lot of the holy damage. Works up for a second. Because Leo still does not have enough healing. With Kachow, Kachow gonna be up next. I wanted for some reason to call him Catch Cow, but no. I had to stop myself there for a second. I thought he had him. Yeah, no, it was really close, man. It was actually so close. I was looking at a boomkin. I'm like, dude, that health bar is just not. It's not going up. Like, what do you do in this situation? He literally can just like AFK, bear form, wait, maybe roar, cyclone. Oh, I can finally catch up. And then back to just like panicking. Lay your hands out for Kajao. Moonwings maybe looking for a bubble here. Does not have a lay of hands of his own, but he's making so much health progress onto Kajao though. Look at the damage. Lay on hands and he's just like, all right, let's oh, that was a dirty little AoE Divine Storm at the end there. What was that? He literally got stunned. Quick Divine Storm. Clipped him. Ham Joe's gonna be up next. Blind out for Moonwing's immediate searing glare. Wants to make sure he doesn't miss those. And needs to get some damage out onto Ham Joe. Ham Joe with an immediate trinket, taking a lot of damage. Now look at that. Hold on, lay on hands immediately. Can Moonwings do the same thing here? Bubble Assist. Trying to see if he can take down Ham Joe's health down. Potentially maybe even get an immunity out of him. Moonwings better be very, very careful. He knows that Ham Joe got himself 2 immunities. He could go for a Spell Warden or a bubble. He potentially could get a bubble on him. Ham Joe is super low. Bubbles it. It's perfect. Moonwings just gotta live. Mount up, hand of freedom, and live. Just gotta live long enough. Next stun potentially could be the winner here. Let's take a spell. Saint. Oh, that's huge for that stun. Reversing it with a Wake of Ashes stun right after. I think it slides for Ham Joe. Nothing he can do. Moonwings does pick it up. Can he survive versus Cyro though? Actually, it looks like Team 2 has got absolutely obliterated so far. Has Moonwings just been putting in that much work? Or did somebody DC? Shield of Vengeance, Moonwings. I don't know what you can do in that situation. You can't bop it, can you? Because he can just remove it. No, you don't even have bop anymore. Maybe Leon Hands last second. Because Saru is kind of lowish. Wake of Ashes should maybe give you a heal, but no, I don't think it's gonna happen. Saru just needs a little bit more damage with those grenades. Yeah, they ain't stopping him now. Because it wasn't critting with 16.7% crit. Don't you want like 20%? But yeah, that's rough. That is rough. It's crazy. Committed someone know what is Zalcheth attacked it. Yeah, honestly, yeah, I can see why Zalcheth would want to purge all the furries if that's what they're doing at this done well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't blame her. I've kind of seen Zalcheth if that's the case, man. Swear to God, dude, you see a couple of my pairs in Orgrimmar just open their mouths, so that's it, dude. It just like it can ruin your day. No, no hate towards players that play Valpera. Just the ones that play an Argent-Dawn. Gonna be an interrupted to Curdy though. Got himself a bit of that VE. Lots of damage. Fear onto Saru for a second. Silence doesn't really stop a lot of the damage from Saru, but certain abilities like freezing traps do count as spells, so those actually are locked out. Curdy got himself a lot of healing though. Didn't even go for disperse. That was just vamp embrace and loads of damage, which Saru is still having to deal with back behind the pillar with the tentacle attacking him. Void Wraith hitting him from the side. Actually might just die to those pets back here if he sits there long enough. It might be in a bit of trouble. That pet is relentless. It is doing quite a lot of damage. Does it do more damage when he's high health or better damage on execute? One of those two. It's going to be Curdy, not really delaying the go. It's actually just going to burn the damage and just absolutely devour that pet in the rift. For Saru, that's an opportunity to revive a new pet, but for Curdy, that's a bit of that recovery, and he's got those tentacles attacking Saru, who's got himself a bit of that manic advantage. But Curdy, I mean, he's just not stopping back there. He just continued to pound the pressure into the pet. Does not let Saru catch a camo either. Saru can get some healing with manic bandages, but that's about it. For Curdy, it gives him an opportunity to at least get some damage out, build some resources, and have a lot of damage that he can transfer over to Saru. Is going to be binding shot, fades it, stun with Saru with a void rift right next to him. It is over. That was a clean kill by Curdy. Very clean kill, and 3 pickup. Oh my God, the damage! And 3 pickup for Moo Moo Wings. Well done. Well done. Let's get us another one going here, man. Yeah. All those feet lovers. With Zalcheth, they're not. To be fair, Blizzard is basically putting those hogs out for everybody to see. Let's be honest here, dude. They're not trying to hide it. The camera angles there are perfect. Let's be fair. Like, seriously, look at any of the camera angles with Zalcheth and then, like, especially in-game cutscenes. Like, I'm pretty sure when you first see her in, like, Tazavesh, and you find out that she is the secret informant of, Locust Walker. It literally, like, pans right under her toes, bro. Right under those party piggies. Let's, like... Feet and toes apparently is the safe horny, so they're like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just run with it. Wait a little. Okay, I can wait if you need me to. Call your pet. Hello. Let me know, Johnny and Rick, if you guys are ready. Oh, we get another one going. Looks like Rick is ready. Waiting on Johnny. Yo, Dalma, man. What's up, Nicola? How man? Man, just want someone to call 3 expansions. A World Soul Saga. Yo, that's good. That's good. Memes aside, I am hoping they'll make Zalcheth a better villain, like long term. Like, we're stuck with her for 3 expansions. They better like have some huge payoff at the end of this deal. You know what I mean? I kind of like the whole like setup of, okay, well, she is like the Void incarnate essentially, and then it's like Dimensi's around. She's like, okay, well, I need to know that I cannot fight him on my own. I know when to back down. That is a bigger threat. We do gotta join together. And even at the end of the run, she was like, I'll stay in the heart. I'll stay in the dark heart. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'll let you guys. Here's the portal. You're open. Literally, she let everybody out. She's trapped. And then Locust Walker is the one that was like, all right, switcheroo. Exchange. Sacrifice himself, I presume. Unless it's like a Khadgar and he's just inside and she's out. Just switch places. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? But it was like, okay, an opportunity for the backend to just be kind of there. And it's like, okay, there's got to be an explanation as to why that happened. For a reason. There's got to be. Alrighty, Johnny, let me know when you're good to go, my guy. We'll get in here, boys. We'll get in on this. 20k Versa, 690W. That's pretty good. The backers was out there having boots on. Where was Zalchath having... Wait, when was Zalchath wearing boots? Was it in the Midnight Cinematic? Did say ready? Oh, good. Ready? Beautiful. Did she? Here we go. Now I got it. Your trailer looks sick. It does look sick. I was actually thinking to myself, chat, who are all of those paladins in that trailer? I think Blizzard themselves came out and they said it's like the players, the paladin players. But to me, I always thought it was kind of fitting to be like the Arathi, right? But I think that they did confirm it that it's essentially supposed to be like the embodiment of like paladin players. I feel like they probably should have done it if they really wanted to be players. It should have been variety, right? It should have been bow wielding, sword wielding, a mage in there, maybe like a rogue in there, and all of the weapons glowed with holy. And it would have been like, oh, that's essentially like the player character. It would have been even better if there was like just a bunch of different races, like a Worgen warrior, a Blood Oath rogue, a Draenei, I don't know, paladin, a human, I don't know, hunter, stuff like that, right? Devour DH in front. Imagine, dude. Imagine there's just like, instead of that, it's just Devour DH, Shadow Priest, and like all kinds of warlocks in there. And it's like, oh goody. We got the best classes for these. Super not antithetical to the ladder or anything. Switch. You know what I mean? Got ourselves FK9. Gonna be first up slowly. Stalking the prey that is Curdy. Does hit him with Garrod. Curdy actually doing a pretty good job trying to land. Holy no, if you're onto FK9, does shrink it out of it. Good potential go for stun. Does fade. I think a kidney shot. I think he's actually dodged the stun completely. FK9 got himself full the Kingsbane with full blades and everything. Curdy is just gonna see if he can get some pressure on him with some dots. Void Torrent probably gonna get a trick out of the rogue. That Torrent still knows exactly where you are. If you get a couple of blasts in between, slow down the rogue for that rift. That rift I think is gonna wait. I think I'm DC'd. No, I'm not. FK9 super low. You're gonna have to cloak, bud. Are we back, boys? Hello. Are we back? Are we good? I'm trying to log back in. We crashed? No. I had a DC. I had some bad DC. I don't know what happened. Somebody catch me up. What happened? Are we back, chat? Chat, real quick. Let me know. We back? Beautiful. I have no idea what happened. I'm assuming Curdy won. I'm assuming Curdy won. Yeah. I'm not seeing the other rogue. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So, I blacked out, chat. But Curdy did win. FK9 did not get the win. Problem is, too, is I'm going to have this weird, like, floaty camera thing going on. I can't track the cooldowns. I can just give you guys the angles, but that's really about the best I can do. I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible, but yeah. I'm going to do my very best, dude. I have no idea when it comes to cooldowns, but it's going to be Curdy getting locked down. All the riders, all the damage is in. I feel like I'm, like, doing a helicopter chase right now. I got that angle, right? Look at this. If I can just move my mouse, smooth it up, man, damage. I'm just witnessing murder on the streets with Leo just blasting out Curdy. Is it going to be enough, though? He's got the pen attacking him, but way too many riders, way too much reinforcement. Looks like Leo got backup, dude. He got that 6-9 backup. What is happening? With Gossagry gonna try to see if he can have himself a bit of a go. As a boom kid trying to land an angle, roots to follow. There's gonna be immediate wraith walk out by the DK though, not letting the boom kid get any opener on him whatsoever. Super unfortunate. He's gonna have to wait him out a little bit. He's gonna need to make sure he's got himself the angles to land those dots from a distance. Looks like he does have some dots on him, but I think he's gonna be catching a complete reset. He's gonna be mounting up yet again. Yeah, once the UI fixes itself, then I'll be able to get a little bit more of this like close, smooth camera following and all that. But for the time being, this is the best I can do, chat. So I hope you guys do enjoy. A bit of variety here. Gotta be Gossy. Trying to go around the pillar. Getting locked down though. We got the UI back, baby. And I can track these boys a little bit better. Oh, the smooth angles are in. Oh my goodness. There we are. Gossagry does have a lot of damage. Hold on, Leo might be in a bit of trouble. Does get himself a silence. It's going to be potentially a dark death back here. Shrinking out for Gossagry. Does have a little bit of healing. Disarm during the big burst of Leo. That's actually really good. He's got breath. Actually looks like his disarm maybe should have been delayed. Because I am looking at Leo, he actually did not blow in his major cooldowns. I see Pillar of Ice is still available. He did not use it, he just breath without it. I think he just used Frostless Fury and breath separate. Oh, was it grip? I have no idea. It looked like it was behind the wall, wasn't it? The Smash up next versus Leo in a cheap shot on him. It's going to be immediate human racial to break out of it, and maybe I'm good, maybe I'm not. Now I'm going to be, oh no. Oh no. Oh no, something is going on. Okay, looks like chat, I'm maybe having a bit of issues. But we're back for now. I went into red for a second, but we're back for now. Now I'm a little concerned as to what the hell is happening, man. Cheap shot onto Leo. Naspershka trying to keep the pressure rolling in. Secret technique. Leo still has a little bit of health. Deathpack may need to come out here. Dropping a dome down. Trying to heal. Deathpack needs to come out. But I don't even know if that'll be enough. This Rogue still got plenty of damage. Plenty of physical damage just to bypass a lot of this AMS absorption out of Leo. Is looking to get himself out of here as best as possible. The Smash just needs to get himself a quick reset. One Shadow Strike may just do him in. Actually, not literally. Not literally. Shadow Strikes were that hard hitting. Maybe like, was it Shadowlands? Where they're absolutely just obliterating people? Chat, are we good? Are we back, by the way? I need to double check. Double check real quick. Because OBS is giving me like a lot of mixed signals. Cheap shot. I think it's just lights. Yeah, landing a couple of those unseen blades. With Ham Joe gonna be, oh, I like his Indiana Jones kind of look going on. I like that. That's a sweet mug. The Smash can just go in for an opener, gouge and just run behind the pillar. That's a rogue for you, man. Just opens up, slaps you upside the head a couple of times, hits you with a gouge, and just runs out of there. Was a hiccup? Looks like we're good at the moment. Awesome. Awesome. I did not stop recording the entire time. So that's gonna be a clip I'm gonna have to chop up a little, but otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Cheap shot onto Hamjo, trying to see if he keep the pressure rolling in. Yet another cheap shot after with his shield of Addons to fall. A gouge right after. This Mushka. Kind of see if he can waddle out of here for a second. Blind to follow onto Hamjo. Does he? He has a bubble. He has a ballistic protection in case he needs to. Human racial going to be available later down the line. For this Mushka, though, he's still got to get through 2 immunities. Land hands, I don't even know if you use it. Harrison Jones mog. It is really good, isn't it? It's straight up Harrison Jones, dude. What I see is a Harrison Jones mog. I feel like it'd be even a little bit better if you had that Explorer shirt from that one archaeology mini game thing we had back at Dragonflight. There's like a whole set that gives you like a full look, but this is as good as it gets, man. This is as good as it gets. It looks good. He's even got like a sand falling off of his weapon as a like an enchant. That or dirt, I'm not sure. Unless it's covered in poo. And then I want to assume it's sand. You know what I mean? I want to assume it's sand. Cheap shot by the Rogue. Trying to see if he can get a lockdown. Is this going to be enough, actually? Coup de grace? You just need a huge coup de grace. Big secret technique, and he'll be in a great spot. Going to be a Hodge out for the Paladino. The Rogue with a gouge waddling out of there is going to go for. He has a vanish in case he needs to collect a shadows and a trick and available. Human racial is back up and available for him during like 20 seconds or so. Maybe actually less, like 16. You want to be accurate about it. So if the Rogue wants to have himself a go, I think right now would be the play, but you still have a Bob to contest against. Cloak, evasion, vanish, trinket, disarm, everything is available. So you should be able to get something out of the Paladin either way. Maybe the only other thing that could have happened is maybe Hamjo has a lay on hands, and you lay on hands, which locks him out of a Bob. Which for the Rogue, as long as you have enough pressure and keep the damage rolling, you might be able to make a huge play. Blades, not using it. He's trying to, I think, to save the blades after he gets an immunity out of Hamjo. Blind to follow. Does have a gouge for a second. Is going to go for a stun. Trinket right after. Especially with the sippy cup. Cloak of Shadows does get used. Hamju super low. Lay in hands. That's an opportunity. If you can keep the pressure going in with blades on a dance. Forbearance is up. This could be your opportunity. I would just keep the pressure rolling. I would just send a defensive, bring him the pressure rolling. He's looking for a reset, but that's going to give Hamjo an opportunity to use a human racial later and a bop. Now that you got to lay in hands, wild flagellation, no blades though. Yeah, I think he's just going to play it safe. I think he's just going to play it safe. He does get hit with a wake of ashes, but he's just going to play it safe. Yeah, I think at this point, yeah, for sure play it safe. Rogue is out for a second, unless you hodge him, unless you judgment him. Nope. No. Steps. Still in combat somehow. This Monica with a feint. Shut him out for a second. You still have advantage. Disarm. I don't think it does some stops anything though. Unfortunately, I don't think that does some stops much. Just enough. It stopped just enough. Vanish, but still out in the open. Feint. You have an evasion. You have blades. Yeah, without wake of ashes, I think it's over. A dot downlight, I think, seals the deal. Yeah, after you see it laying hands, I feel like that's where you just send literally everything at the kitchen sink. Throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. I think it's about all you can do in that situation. Moo gonna be up next, charging in. Wake up, Asher, shield the vengeance out for Hamjo. Trying to see if he can get himself a Hodge onto Moo. He's got himself a little bit of that Blessing of Sink wall with the shield of vengeance. Blessing of protection out for Hamjo, but it's not gonna be enough. It's a paladin. He's going through all the damage. Spell ward able to help. Hodge apparently, unfortunately, is not. Technically, Blessing of Protection is not that bad of a defensive against another paladin, because some of the attacks that are Holy Strike will be marked as physical. But like certain pure holy abilities are still going to go through. Like CC. Insane with the trinket, trying to see if he can keep the pressure going. Blind to fall into Moo Wings with the trinket right after. Cloak Shot is available for Insane with a kill spree. Does get a lay on hands out of the Paladino. Still got 2 immunities though. No more trinkets, however. Disarm for a second. If Insane hits himself any kind of pressure, he does get himself a coup de grace. Okay, I was thinking it was a coin flip rogue, but apparently he's a trickster. Interesting. Hold tight. Gonna be last one left over for the team 2. Giving Moo Wings an opportunity to get himself a bit of that first aid reset. Not gonna get a full reset, but at least a little bit of a breather. Blessing of Saint immediately in case there's a Hodge out of Hold Tight. Hold Tight does go for a Hodge though. I-beam on the Shield of Vengeance. He needs to be very, very careful with all that light damage. He's got Spell Warden. Immunity to chaos damage. I think it's just over. Flies up in the air, but Moo Wings unfortunately is literally immune to damage at that point. Ambulance 3, you gotta be kidding me, dude. With the DCs we had early on, Moo Wings is the one that lands 3. Crazy. Crazy. It's got us another one going. Johnny and Rick, if you guys want to mix up teams, we can. Yeah, if you guys want to switch up the teams, we could totally do that. Yeah, so unlucky with the rolls today. Ready? Yeah. Johnny, if you want to mix up teams, let Rick know. If you guys want to switch some stuff out, we can. But yeah. It's up to you, boys. It's up to you. While I save this over here. So let me know what you want to do. Yeah. Chat, if they're going to be switching up teams, then you may want to be peeping that LFG so you can join in as soon as there's a spot open. Because that could be an opportunity for you to get in. If they're looking for a bit of that refresher. We should shuffle probably suck. We can definitely get a bit of a shuffle out if you guys want to. The Toes Within starting Zalatos, the whole world soul saga. So that's where you got that from. The world soul saga, the Toes Within starting Zalatos. Today is not a good day to have eyeballs. I swear to God. How we doing, boys? Johnny, how we doing, my man? How many we got in the group? Are we doing a full refresher or what? Because Rick said he's ready, but I don't know if he's like doing a full refresher or whatnot. Or do I need to let him know? I purposely didn't link it. I purposely didn't link it, the actual article. Okay. Okay. We got Johnny reforming the group. If you guys want to join him, that would be a pretty good time to do it. Yep. Yep. Have a group listed under Molten Core. Oh, Rick also listed. Rick also is shuffling. Chat, that was a pretty good refresher. Pretty good shuffle. Get in. Get in here, boys. Shuffle up time. Grain, Bayak, all of y'all. They got a couple of spots on Team Rick. You could join in. It's a video. Wait, it's a video? Okay. Alrighty. Well, like an OnlyFans kind of like what would Zalatoth use? I think she's a fancy kind of I was gonna say girl, but she's more like a void thing inside of a void of body entity. You know what I mean? Like any OGs that played back in what quest was it? Was it BFA that we like helped Zalatoth get a body? Because she was like a void thing inside of a sword, and there was like a void of body, and she was like, all right, slurp that up, take that over real quick. You know what I mean? Alrighty, we're good. We are ready. Invite spectator match. Rick, Miser, and John B. Boy. Yeah, like if you haven't done the quest line, do the Lord Walker Cho thing. Is it baddie? I mean, she's not a bad villain. I am hoping that they give her like a really big payoff, right? Like a really, really big payoff at the end of the day. We're stuck with her for the next 3 expansions, unless we just kill her off in second, and then, you know, the Titans become more involved and they become the real big bad guy. Which I actually kind of want the Titans to really like be the bad guy, because when you think about it, like when you look at like the Earthern and some of the shit Titans did to them before they like gained their own consciousness and were no longer connected to them and were able to kind of live out their life and their society or whatever, Titans are kind of assholes when you think about it. They're not actually that good of dudes. Like, you know, how we saw the Light. Usually it's like, oh, Light is really good. And then we saw that Illidan cinematic. And then we saw the Draenor, alternative Draenor, and how the Lightforged are just like marching through, converting everybody forcefully. Like, none of these cosmic powers are good. Not necessarily bad. Well, they're not good. None of them are noble. You know what I mean? All of them are kind of dicks to some degree. You know? Which maybe like nature is more or less okay, but like definitely could do some wild stuff too. Rick got himself the entire, oh wait, he's got a skeleton buddy. Who is this skeleton buddy with ya? Who is that man? Wait, is that from a trinket? Oh, he's gone. Skeleton buddy gone. I saw him for like 2 seconds. I guess he doesn't last at all, does he? That's not a demon, right? It's gotta be like a trinket thing or something, right? Gotta be. Gotta be Leo. Full burst on a Rick. Absolutely just clobbered him. Has himself the grippy. But do you have another grip though? On the port, he doesn't have a grip in between of that. So Rick is able to escape. But look at Rick's health. Fear, wall. Woo! I've never seen Leo just absolutely clobber Rick like he did just now. I think that grip and landing a couple more big obliterates does the trick. Holy moly. I think some Mogdal check it. Oh, you in? Woo! Oh, yeah! That's so good looking. Yeah, you got the skulls and the booze, the weapon, the blue. Wait, did actually fix the Mog. Flying up in the air and hold tight. Trying to hold tight against Leo. Leo's just gonna hit him with a chain of ice. Slow down. Sigil of Spite. Absolutely dodging it. I was about to call it Elysian Decree, and I was like, it's a sigil. And then it was like, and then just out of my mouth came out the word spite. I was like, yeah, that is actually what's called, isn't it? I'm so used to call it a decree. I like how they changed a lot of the Shadowlands abilities and made them like class color based. Ooh! That was a nasty little frost strike at the end there on the eye beam. Straight up dude just beaming him down with his eyeballs, staring daggers at the guy. You just hits him, slaps him upside the head like, get out of here. Is that a Drakthir? It is a Drakthir. Yo, Drakthir non-evokers are my favorite. That is my favorite archetype, dude. That is my favorite gender. Honestly, I don't see enough Drakthir. Rick is a Drakthir though, so seeing him play is pretty awesome. Any Drakthir that are like, or Drakthir that are non-evokers specifically, so you actually get to see like the models. Also pretty awesome. Amazing racials. Glide is really good. Knockback can also be excellent. Surprisingly, I feel like underrated on rogues. Actually underrated for rogues in my opinion. Knockbacks, not an issue. You just glide if you ever get knocked back. It's so nice. Cancel things like that is super good. Unsolved. Try to see if he can get himself some pressure reverse. Leo is going to get hit with the breath. Maybe looking for a block here. Ultra may not be enough. Blocking it. Blocking it. That is a lot of damage out of a Frost Death Knight. So unless you have damage ramped up yourself, he's kind of thinking just going to try to wait until he can get himself a full stun lockdown into Leo. Instant silence. Try to get the knock the pets, but I think he might just be done for. Oh, that was disgusting how good that was. Leo's on a roll here, man. Hamju is going to be up next. Try to see if he keeps the pressure onto Leo. He's got himself the tether. Next Frost Strike is going to do apparently giga damage, but he doesn't want to be anywhere near the Shield of Vengeance. I just realized you're not trying to go for like a Harrison Jones Mog. I think he's going for straight up Farmer's Mog. I think that's why he has a pitchfork there. It looks good either way. IBF out for Leo. Hamster taking a lot of damage. Maybe looking for Lay on Hands. Does use Lay on Hands. Maybe looking for a bubble though. That health is not recovering. That health is not getting any better. Blind for a second on Leo. He does have a Lichborn. AMS is available. Just trying to see if he can bunker down. First aid for a second, but it is going to get broken to damage. Silence on a Hamster in case there's a Hodge available. Taking a lot of damage though. Hamster is still as a Paladin. with wings active, he's still cranking damage on the death knight and is going to be able to go for a big crusher on him. With Insane going to be up next. Unless you have a bop here, I don't really know how you can do it with a rogue. Ah, yeah. That killing spree does a lot of damage. Unless you have an immunity, you ain't getting out of there easily. Trying to out rogue for the win. That's also another one that's really underrated, but I don't really know if it's that good. I think having like a self-heal as a rogue is pretty nice. Technically, they did buff up a lot the Light Forge ratio, so if you have it during your burst, that can do some significant damage. A lot better than it used to be. Like a lot better. Actually heal? Yeah, the actually heal is pretty good though too. Actually heal is pretty solid. Also, don't they get like a little more primary stats? That actually was pretty decent. Disarm for disarm, the rogue however has himself a pistol. The Smershka does have some shurikens he can throw out, but the pistol is a little bit better for single target raw damage. Cheap shot for a second, that is going to be very hard. Lots of damage on the Smershka. The owl that works sustain is just a lot to deal with. Try to see if he can himself out of stealth. He is in stealth still. Picking up the eye, you should be able to see the other rogue here pretty easily. Yep, did pick up the eye, should be able to catch him. Grappling around, he's right behind you. Saps, you went around the corner. Still got a pistol into him, but a cheap shot lockdown by Smershka. It is very, very hard, however. He's got himself coup de grace. Is it going to be enough on Smershka with an evasion? But looks like that coup de grace second is going to do it. Grip and Dip is up next as an unholy death at worst of Smershka, who got himself Cloak of Shadows. No evasion, unfortunately. Got himself a disarm in case he needs it. Vanish available in case he needs it. Yeah, was so dead versus rogue, nothing already. Yeah, unless you have the forbearance coming off for a blessing of protection, that's all you can do. Or like Wake of Ashes, double Dawn Light yourself and hope that maybe is enough of a heal, but that's tough. It is definitely tough. Stun, Trinket out for Grip and Dip. It's going to be a disarmer after as the Army of the Dead joins in. Potentially, I think it's Cloak, Vanish for Smershka just to evade that entire army of undeads. Just blind onto Grip, but you're still taking a lot of damage. Way too much damage to commit. Does burn a Warlock Hellstone while in Vanish, so that's going to get him in stealth. Does land a cheap shot, however, in between. Grip and Dip is going to pump up his pets. Cloak Shadows for the Rogue. I don't think he has any easy outs. Grapple does not connect. The Smoke Bomb is down. Charged by that Abomination or Darkness from Ghoul. Is going to root him for a second. Cannot really escape all that easily. Gouge giving him a second here to at least bow behind the pillar. That Magus is not helping the situation whatsoever. Unless you have a proper stun and the kill potentially. I don't think he can make it his way out of the situation easily. Grip and Dip, however, is very cooldown based, so he's going to have to wait until cooldowns are back up and available. Does have himself the Apocalypse, so next Apocalypse I think is just going to secure him the win. But Smershka, unless you get some kind of an out. Wait, 7 seconds on a Vanish? If you play it correctly, you have a Trinket. Oh! You have dots. Looks like you are dotted. I think you still have a Plague. First aid immediately, Grip and Dip can do it. Oh, he doesn't. Death and Decay. He mounts up instead. Do you have any dots in you? You do have dots. But you got a lot of healing. You got evasion. And you have a Trinket out of the next stun. I think you just send it. I think you just all in and send it. I think you have to. Sap? Still waiting out those dots. I think you just got all in and send it. Yeah. It's Trinket. Evasion. You have to go for it. I'd evasion this immediately. Shadow Blades are available. Just stay in and pump everything you got. Definitely don't forget to evasion. You're gonna die without evasion. The armor that is in. Grip and Dip is super low. Is it gonna be another? Oh! He pulls it off. With Bayek gonna be up next. Oh, Bayek is a dwarf now? I'm so used to Bayek being a Zayn Dalaran. Yeah, ain't nothing is gonna stop him versus the Rogue. The Rogue did do pretty good. The Leo picking up 3, by the way. Picking up 3. The Smershka does try to see if he can crawl back that victory little by little for his team, but it's rough. It's tough. Does do pretty well against the Death Knight, though. Definitely done pretty well. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves another one going here, boys, yeah? Uno más, uno más, uno más, uno más. You messed up the whole tune. Alrighty. Is Rick ready? Rick is ready. Beautiful. Johnny, let me know when you're ready and we'll get you guys going. And Johnny is ready. Let's send you guys into let's do like some of the other arenas like Lordaeron and Dalaran Sewers. Some Wrath of Lich King vibes in here, yeah? Actually, isn't Lordaeron a TBC dungeon? Or dungeon, arena? Wasn't that added during TBC? One of the first arenas added in the game. The day after the season 10, a D4 drops, new patch, mob drops. Was fast. 85 to 90, hate the world. Wait, are they dropping the what are they dropping? Lord is TBC Arena. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was like it has the Wrath of Lich King vibes because like, you know, Scourge and Undead. Forsaken. But it's also just like it's Lordaeron, you know. So that's why I was like, is that the Wrath or it's one of the first few arenas out in the game? Because it's ancient. It's pretty old looking. Remember the days where all full groups were recruited. It's hard to recruit 2 groups of 5 out of 1. But now it's hard to recruit 2 groups. I talk about NA or EU because on EU I think we have enough bodies for like 3 groups or something, man. But no, I feel you though. Like we had 4 or 5 teams rotating. That was pretty fun back in the day. Yeah, definitely was fun back in the day. But we had at least, I think, put 3 groups together if we wanted to. Which way? It is a lot easier when we just have 2. Because we could just spam queue as, like we do here. Baya gonna be first out versus Hamjo. Blind into a searing glare immediately. He's got himself a little bit extra of that damage to follow up. Hamjo does land a stun with his Shield of Endance. Got himself a little bit of that setup for him. But Shield of Endance, Hamjo maybe looking for a big button. Does go for Lay on Hands in between of that, which is very well done for him. Bayek is also looking for the Lay on Hands as well. Could have maybe stayed with that Lay on Hands a little bit longer. Just got to be very careful of that Hodge, if anything, right? Playing around the Hodge, bubble out for Hamjo. Bayek does use a Lay on Hands here. Just try to see if he can give himself a little bit of line of sight. Hamjo not chasing to force a bubble out of Bayek, which could potentially put him behind. The only thing he can really do right now to reset it is get a Spell Warden to trade for the bubble of Bayek. And then you still have like the forbearance that you can just kind of bypass. For Bayek, however, he could Spell Warden for Spell Warden here and then have a bubble in the back pocket. So now Hamjo is kind of may potentially be behind. Trinket for Trinket, Stump for Stump, Bayek got damage. Hamjo with a blind for a second. Spell Warden is out. Hamjo needs to Spell Warden as well. He can at least stop gap the damage, but Bayek still has advantage of using a bubble, so if in case things get rough, he can still land the kill. Hamjo may need to find a way just to stun lock Bayek, but a Searing Glare is going to kind of prevent him from being able to do anything effectively for a short moment here. Shield of Endance are out for both Paladins, and Bayek still got his ace in the hole. Or ace up his sleeve, I guess is the way to say it. A bubble. Hamjo, unless you get a stun here, Bayek, I think is going to take you here. I think the Dawnlight, yeah, that Dawnlight is just going to be enough to take you. You are going to take some Dawnlight damage yourself, but with a couple of heals, Herald of the Sun presses on with Rick Meister going to be up next. He's got himself the pest charging him. He does got to get himself the Demon Doggers and everything in too. Try to see if he can get himself a quick stunner onto Bayek, who can maybe slow down these pets, keep them at bay. The drop in the XP rate 10% buff to 65%. Wait, that's actually kind of nuts. For mop leveling, that might be a good sign to level a mop. Maybe I'll spend some time leveling mop after the buff. Who knows? It's really that quick. Do you have to do the main story of mop to be while you're leveling, or can you just like bypass it? I don't remember because you don't have like world quests or anything, do you? Pretty sure, right? Bubble out for Bayek. All Rick gotta do is live. What is that gate? Hold on. What is that gate? How? That's a line of sight between these two little. Bro, there's no line of sight between those two gates. How? How? He literally went from the bottom platform to the top of the platform across the entire thing. What is that gateway? What in the hell is happening? Full burst of the Bayek, maybe in a bit of trouble. The bets are still on him. Hand of Godon's coming down for Rick. He's got himself lots of potential danger. He's got himself also Pitlord spawning in. Massive burst. Oh, Bayek though. Bayek. I don't know what you can really do in that situation. Wall out for Rick. I think Rick is also just stuck in this situation too. Full burst of a Frosty Death Knight after the revamps they've gotten for 11-2. I mean, it's just lights, man. Silence of the whole tight immediately, taking the momentum off of the death of the Warlock into the Demon Hunter instantly. He's got himself a hunt on one of the riders. Unfortunately, not the target he's looking for, but it is going to give him at least a little bit of that self-heal. But it's going to be quick blind by Leo. Immunity out for hold tight. Might want to see if you can maybe place Leo out in the open away from any boxes, and if you can fly up, that would be okay too. Yeah, put him out away from any line of sight, and maybe fly up. No, not going to go for it. Darkness, but a little late. As Leo still makes his hit through the defensive. Nesmershka off next, second to last, over for the team one. Is a little useless enough for heroic gearing. Oh, really? So what's the fastest way to level in mob then? Is it just dungeon spam? Or is it still questing? Because if it's just dungeons, I could maybe just go resto and just spam out through like that. Maybe that'll be fast paced. Or bear form. I don't know what it was better as a druid. I usually play Boomkit for Kata or Feral a little. But it's been a second. Death and Decay down for Leo. Does himself the slows onto the Smirshka. The rogue has defenses. He's got evasion. He's got a Cloak of Shadows. He's got everything he needs actually. He's actually kind of alright. Cheap shot into Leo. Leo actually is a little bit in danger. Every time he gets locked down for the rogue, that's a lot of damage. It's just nothing he can really do to stop it. Blind for a second, trick it out for Nesmershka. Cloak Shadow is still available. It's going to land a stone short side in between. Maybe Cloak Shadow silences rogue. Silences nothing, unfortunately. Blind and just trying to see if he can waddle out of there. No cloak. I'm surprised. I was going to say, like, do you not have a dot on you? Because I'm sure, like, a random DK dot would be on you. But it is from Whitemane or like a Frost Fever or something from a Howling Blast. Does go for a death pack. Leo potentially locks himself out from being able to heal. His health is a big bad situation. AMS for a second to try to dampen some of that shadowy damage. Disarm, no more death strikes for you for a second. And the rogue still has, plenty of damage. He can just lock down the amount of damage Leo could do. It is a lot, but Nesmershka being a subtlety rogue, it's just a hard counter. Like, there's not much you can really do about it, unfortunately. However, Nesmershka, I don't know how he's going to be able to escape an out rogue. He's got a gouge, Cloak of Shadows. You don't have an easy out, unless you can stun him. Stun and walk away, catch a re-stealth. I don't know. Yeah, it just pistols you. Yeah, it ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Unsolved, gonna be up next. Got himself. Oh, switching up the Mog. The Tabard. Hold on. The Tabard and the trench coat actually kind of looks pretty good together. Actually looks pretty good together. I don't hate it. I actually don't hate it. As Insane got himself rolled. Technically, this is one of the better matchup for out rogues. A mage in general, like with all the grapples you have, is a really good matchup. For rogues, sometimes mages are not the best matchup just because they can lock you down, but grapple hook in particular, I think, just helps you out a ton. So I'm trying to see if you can go for a stun. Are you going to be able to? Nova, the rogue with the Cloak of Shadows, is going to blink out of there for a second. Does still have technically lots of damage. Grapple for a moment. Do you have blinks available though? Nova for a second onto the rogue. If you have something to be locked down, still shatters with the freeze. Could still be massive. Blind for the rogue for a second. Altars up for Unsolved. He's actually okay right now. Dropping down meteor comments from everything. Flurries down onto Insane. Backing up out of there. Oh, you trickster, not fate bound. Yeah, never mind. If you're a trickster outlaw, you only have grapple hook whenever the cooldown is available. As a fate bound, you have once you grapple, you can grapple again for free. So you can get 4 grapples technically. And with the cooldown reduction, you basically just one grapple turns into 2 grapples basically. That's what makes it really good. And so trying to see if you get a stun onto grip is gonna have to go for a block AMS to try to see if you can stop any of that stun damage out for Unsolved. I think he's gonna Nova, blink away, run out. Alter time is available. It's gonna be able to get you a little bit of healing plus a good positional, but the army of undeads is right on your tail. Got yourself a little bit of health. Shimmer? Okay, so here's a Shimmer mage. You are gonna need some shields. Ring of Frost? Almost. Almost. Got yourself a bit of shielding. Nova for a second. Ring of Frost could still be helpful. Ice Wall? Kinda helpful? No, never mind. Kinda helpful, but nah. I was thinking for a second, like maybe. Man, would it be better if Rick would change the bubbles? Or Rick? Oh, good. Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Yeah, maybe chasing like trying to get a bubble out of the other guy. Like it just when you pop immunity out of Paladin, you definitely want to make sure if you're fighting another Paladin, they also got to press an immunity as well, right? Ideally, the guy that presses immunity first is going to be behind, but if you time it right, you can definitely get some damage out of it. Trickster, yeah, as Outlaw Trickster, it can work, but Fatebound is something that everybody's playing. It is very consistent, and mobility is huge. Definitely worth picking up. Alrighty, boys. See if we can get us another one going. Rick is ready. Want to see if Johnny potentially is ready, or if Johnny needs more bodies, we can get him in as well. 950 something. 950. Need one. John needs one more. Gonna be listed up in LFG. If you guys want to join more than welcome to. Grain, where are you, my man? If you want to join us, that would be a good time to do it. The Buffrost DK damage I'm not playing last week. I wasn't playing last week. I don't think the Buffrost deathly damage at all. I think Johnny just picked up his tier set. which gives him like a better obliterate damage and more uptime on Trollbane. And that does a lot of damage right now. Trollbane also hits really hard. I think Trollbane hits obliterate when Johnny hits obliterate, and that together does a lot of damage. But yeah, we might have 3 palas. Uh-oh. 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 Doesn't work for me. All good, man. What, Fadebound? Fadebound doesn't work for you? Oh, you mean the double grapple hook thing doesn't work for you? Yeah, I think it's still just the mobility is still huge. Yeah, that is a lot of palas. Having 3 palas? Yeah, that is a lot of palas. There's 2 palas on team 1 and 3 on team 2. That is a lot of paladins though. Might need to let one of those paladins go after that. Too many palas, man. I know paladin is like the most popular like melee, or the most popular spec in PvP right now in general. But like, it's a lot of palas though too, you know? It's a lot of paladins. Alrighty. This is one going. Which. Got ourselves Hamjo over the team 1, ready to go with Kachow in here. What is that food he's got going on? Is he eating a feast in PvP? Can't Pandaren technically use some kind of like PvP food? Isn't that a thing? They can get like noodles or something? Can they? This Bushko on the team. We also got ourselves Rick gonna be first up as well as Unsolved over in the back. And Rick Meister got himself every single pet in the world versus Holy Saya. The Holy Diver charge and then full burst available versus Rick. He's got him some wings and everything up and running. Stun right after does go for the trinket. Rick is going to go for a massive gateway. All those pets still chasing after Saya. Spell Warden helps out against the magic damage, but not the physical damage that those pets can do. Fear is still surrounded by quite a lot of pets over there. Fear yet again is going to spam it out for a second. Rick is playing adaptation, so he'll be able to get out of every other... I'm pretty sure every other, if not every Hodge out of Saya is going to go for the wall here. Is going to have his soul cleaved out of his body, however, reducing his healing and damage significantly enough where Rick is able to just stand toe-to-toe with Saya. Axe for a second, does get himself the Spell Warden or Blessing of Saint as well in order to make sure the stuns do not go through. Wall for Rick is going to give him a little bit of that healing. Laying hands out for Saya. With a fear to follow, is going to put Saya, putting Baby in the corner. But Rick is definitely going to have to get a better positional here. Yet another fear just to control it. He's got a Tyrant. That's going to be all the demons. That's actually a lot of pets up and running. It is going to be potentially a bubble out of Saya though. Does go for an interrupt onto Rick. Axe toss right after. Probably going to have to bubble it. No, Rick, low health. Oh, that is so rough. That is so rough, man. I got a cough here, chat. Alrighty. I don't know what that was. It's like a tickle in my throat, man. It's like a tickle in my throat. But a really bad one. I want to make sure I didn't blow out you guys' ears. Holy. I'm just yelling out here. My throat can't handle it. But Kachow does end up taking out Saya. Did Saya bubble Rick, I guess? He must have, right? Also, Bayek up next to full burst of the Kachow with a blind. He's gonna have to bubble it. He's definitely gonna have to bubble it. Still got Spell Warden, still got Laying Hands, I'm pretty sure. We're getting Bullet Knight. Yo, seriously though. Actually though, I saw one rookie using food in his panda, but not sure what that was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure pandas are supposed to be able to like talk to an NPC somewhere and get like actual PvP food. I think they can eat food in the arena, like specific special food. Pretty sure. But I just don't know, like, I've never actually seen, like, where they go to get that food. But it's part of the racial is, like, they basically get double the value from food buffs. And apparently, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be able to get food in arenas and, like, rated PvP. I just don't know who to talk to. Hamja gonna be up next versus Bayek. Bayek still has bubble, does have Spell Ward in case he needs to Searing Glare. And Hamja is gonna have to go for Laying Hands. That's an opportunity for Bayek to potentially still get something out of Hamja. Maybe Bubble is gonna go for Laying Hands of his own. Now it's gonna be questioned. Can he force a bubble out of Hamja? Because if he can't, then Bayek potentially, if he can just walk away, well, Hamja is bubbled. Might be able to do it here actually. Big Dawn Light, there goes the bubble. Bayek just needs to find a way to live here. Hamjo, if he can force a bubble on a Bayek right now, he can equalize the playing field here even a little bit. Blind for a quick second. Bayek needs to buy himself just a little bit of health, a little bit of time. Spell Warning comes through. So now he has a Spell Warning and a bubble in case he needs to, guarantee him the win and saving the bubble for the next competitor. Bayek actually rotated his cooldown super, super well there. Well done with a sap out for Nasmirshka. Does he get himself an opener? Gonna get a bubble out of Bayek within seconds here. But that secret technique just started here before the shadow images do crash in. Does get himself an easy out. Nasmirshka and Unsolved to the last one left over for the team 1. This is gonna be a sap on the team Bayek. He's gonna get him some judgments. Yeah, as soon as he picks up the eyes, sees the rogue, blind to follow. Searing glare, yeah. I think Nasmirshka is gonna need to probably just send everything to take out Bayek here before Trinket comes up. He's got nothing left. And you got blades, you got everything here, so this could be a good opportunity to make some kind of a big play. Shield of Edis does go for a trinket. Is gonna go for big damage. Is gonna be enough of the shadow blades and everything. Might need to cloak of shadows either way. Oh, Bayek! Just chopping the boy in two. Yeah, the rogue felt like, you know what, I got him stunned. I shouldn't have to press a defensive, but like as soon as that stun wears off, like, am I dead? Yeah. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, unfortunately. Unsolved trying to get himself the angle with the Bayek. Flurries and everything are up and available. And Bayek might be in a bit of trouble here. That is a lot of damage. Descending from every angle. Try to see if he can stun him. Should be able to land a stun here. Does go for the trinket. He trinkets as well. I'm not sure if he trinkets a stun, but he still is flurried. He's still low on health. Unsolved is also super low. Does pick up a shield last minute and is going to be able to get some damage back to Bayek, taking him out. Who's up next? Is it going to be Leah, Insane, or Moo Wings? I feel like if it's Insane, maybe Unsolved can get himself a chance here. Moo does give him the honorable duel, though. I think he does. Wants to give this man a chance here. 2 paladins have died. I think we need a buff, right? Yeah, buff him by like 50% and nerf every other class by 200%. That would only be fair and not cruel, Blizzard. If you actually want to be ethical about it, buff red. Everybody only plays red anyway. Your population is only gonna grow anyway. Game is gonna be immediate 10 out of 10. Red is the only spec that's played. Shut down Discord. Yeah, shut it down. It weren't last time, guys. Shut it back down. Ultra time up for Unsolved. Trying to see if he can let us stun to move, but he got himself full immunity. Maybe looking at a bubble ice block here out of Unsolved. Just taking so much damage from this paladin, man. Between Dawn Knight, between all the hammers, Ice Wall, just trying to see if he can find himself a breather. Literally concentration on the other side, not feeling good at all. Ring of Frost, but he got himself so much range hammer damage, he doesn't even need to be over there. That wall and the ring normally is a pretty good zonal tool, not against a paladin, unfortunately. Too much range damage. Blind immediately as soon as it pops out of the block into a Searing Glare stun right after. I mean, he just has nowhere to go, but just to take the hammer, man. Take the beating with Bayek picking up 3. Well done, well done. That is a lot of paladins on that team. Can we do some adjustments? Can we separate some palas out of that team? Seems like it's one too many palas. Just for the sake of, we've always had this rule, chat, where we normally try not to have too many paladins per team. Like 2 palas per team. But also that rule applies for other classes too, right? Like 2 mages, 2 hunters, 2 rogues, right? Because we don't want to have 25 rogues playing in the same game. But basically 2 of each, right? Noah's Ark kind of the rules. So maybe we could do something where we only keep 2 palas and like add some variety in there, right? I'm perfectly okay waiting a little bit in LOG until we get like a fresh new body. Paladins against the world. Put all the paladins and toys on this team. Yeah, that'd be insane. Imagine. It's crazy how carried I'm getting. What was it? Paladins and whatnot? Really hope survival hunters do what Red did and still may not be getting attention. I think the only reason a Red Pally, I don't know how effective it would be, to be honest. I don't even know with them shutting down the Discord how they did. Blizz probably planned to buff him at some point anyway. And the only buff they got is a 5% buff. Was it enough? I'm pretty sure even after the 5%, the Discord was like, oh, we're not gonna stand for this. This is not enough. Are they back? Are they online again? Apparently a lot of people that were in Pally Discord that said anything about it, anything like disagreeing with the mods. Apparently people got mass banned just for like slightly disagreeing. Balance FAQ. Balance questions. Okay, well now they're trolling. They made apparently a balance druid. Like they added the retribution class spec thing. Red questions. Is it still locked? Did they unlock it? No, it looks like they actually did unlock it, I think. I think it's back. But now they have one for balance druids. And it's like a meme, but they're still getting clowned on it because I guess people just had enough. Yeah, I think they were trying to do something funny like, haha, we'll do one for balance druids in a red Discord. It'll be funny, guys. Haha, remember when Pallies did this thing? We're just gonna do one for Boomkins. Stand in solidarity with Boomy or whatever. Right? It's like, oh, let's just move past this, guys. The meme is over. Haha. Let's just do something funny and memey. You know what I mean? We're just here to have fun with our Boomkin friends. You know what? Like, just go over it, right? And it's like still people are clowning on them, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, not looking good. I feel like they might have sullied their should Boomkins close their Discord to get a single target boss damage DPS? Just open Wowhead saw this. Is it actually? Is this actual? Oh yeah, it is actual. Yeah, you're right. Is that why? Is that why they have it? Should Boomies close the Discord? Bruh. Bruh. What is this clown world? Tell me it's all a meme, dude. Tell me I just been living a dream and a meme. The red team had 2 paladins? Yes. Yes, but 3 palas is seems a lot. We usually have a rule 2 of yeah, are we good? These guys are getting absolutely obliterated. Other team has 2 palas, can't send over, also can't kick them. 3 palas seems a lot, but I will let you decide on that. Let me know when ready. Yeah, let me know when you're ready. Yeah, I'm not asking to like have like no paladins, but yeah. Crazy though. Big Fighter Ogrimmar? Yeah, I'm seeing it. Or at least I'm seeing it between messages. I do like how World PvP is still alive and well here and there. Big old fight. Is it just some random guild decided just, hey, let's just go attack and World PvP? Just have some fun with it? How do you see what all those guys are? Yeah, just a random assortment of Alliance. An absolute random assortment of them. Right behind you. I do see it. Yeah, I do see it. I'm just trying to see if the groups are good. Focus elsewhere, boys. Need one? Okay, cool. Cool, we need Automaz, boys. We got Johnny boy over in the team. Ready? Beautiful. As soon as you delist it, here we are. Alrighty, let's get ourselves some games in, what have we not done? Rook. We haven't done Rook. At least I don't think we've done Rook. Unless we did Rook so fast I didn't even notice it. Yeah. Side of the chat, in your chat, gives you plays. Biocumin? It's up to you, boys. Yeah, I was just thinking like we had one too many palos though. It's like a little bit too many. Normally we've had like a rule in 5v5 duels, and this has been around forever. Like Ask boys have been around here for a while. Ask Atho, because he's been around these for like ever. At some point, we never really had like set hard rules in 5v5 duels, because I usually don't like to put a bunch of rules that we can't enforce. But like for the sake of variety of classes, we've always talked about how we should maybe have like 2 of each class. Unless you have like, I don't know, like Survival Hunter and Marksman Hunter that play slightly differently. At least at some point they did used to play differently. Like certain specs play differently, and the chat was like, oh, get more of them. You know, we barely see that one. Right, if we got a bunch of Vokers, I'm sure the chat would be like, alright, cool. You barely see them play. You know what I mean? Oh, Boomkin and Pharaoh, they play a little differently from each other, right? Which. But like, yeah, we usually try to, like, too many rogues, not that fun. Too many paladins, not that fun. Too many of like an OP class, usually not that fun. Too many Pharaohs and Shadowlands, not that fun. So we usually try to keep it like, you know, contained, more or less. Is it going to be Moo Wings? It is going to be Moo Wings. This is a really cool mount though. Like Dragonflight, for some people it was really meh of an expansion, but this is a hell of a cool looking mount though, dude. The big old saber. Hell yeah. Could we get those mounts like as a... Pretty sure you could get those mounts for PvE content too, right? Some saber mounts. I don't really remember. I don't really remember. I did the completion achievement for Dragonflight, but I don't remember getting one of those saber mounts before. Nemo monks. To some degree, I feel like sometimes either we have a lot of monks or not enough monks. You know what I mean? Yeah. Full burst under Hamjo. This still rotting, dotting is gonna go for the bubble for movements. He could potentially go for bubble of his own, but he's just gonna delay. He's just gonna delay. Next stun potentially on Hamjo though. If Moving's got himself a good setup, this could potentially be an opportunity for him just to land a big clapping, especially if he got a Blessing of Saint. He's gonna back away. Seeing the trinket out for Hamjo, is gonna back behind the pillar, get himself a bit of healing. Dot is burning down Hamjo, not in a great spot unless he spends every global healing. Heal eventually is gonna die. Oh no, he can't stand still. Try to see if he can move. Try to see if he can get behind the pillar, catch another flash of heal just to keep himself barely alive. That is so cute. Does get himself a spell warden, which is exactly what I needed. Can he, however, lock down Moo Wings and then get himself a big burst? He doesn't have wings for a while, or at least Wake of Ashes just got used. Stun. Yeah, I think Moo Wings just takes it. I think Moo Wings just takes it. He's got himself that Dawn Light. Everything. Shield Advantage is going to keep Hamjo alive there for a little longer, but Hamjo is out of options unless he got Lay on Hands somewhere still. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of easily. Next Hodge he does to Moo Wings is also going to be adaptation, immediately breaking him out too. So it's not like he really has much of a way to lock him down. Let's maybe go for blind adaptation procs. You Hodge him, get some damage, Wake of Ashes, go from there. Something like that. You know what I mean? Zinzi gonna be up next. Oh, another Drakthir. Wait, is Zinzi gonna be the mage from earlier? But he's on a priest now. Another Drakthir, dude, on the Shadow Priest this time. And I also like the shoulders too. The shoulders from Dragonflight do look really, really good. I think it's from the Vault of the Incarnates, right? Dragonflight was an expansion no one wanted, but the game needed. Yeah, probably. Probably. I think it created a pretty good base work for like, all right, let's not have some kind of crazy, arduous, like endless AP farming system. Just have like weekly resets for things and whatnot. Yeah, story-wise, it was kind of like... Story-wise, I feel like it wasn't as gripping as some of the other expansions. Even some people said that Shadowlands story was better than it, but I don't really know if I agree with that, to be honest myself. You know what I mean? Like, cosmic threats, yes, there wasn't really one in Dragonflight that much. It was Incarnates. Are they really cosmic? I wouldn't say so. Not really. I feel like a Rittercron. I feel like the problem is they didn't have enough of a Rittercron. You know? Not enough of that guy. Zinti does get himself a bit of that healing behind the pillars. Silence of the Moo Wings. Maybe it could be an opportunity to set up something good. Are you Archon Priest? Because it doesn't look like you are a Void Weaver. Looks like he is potentially an Archon. Got himself a bit of that root onto Moo Wings. Keeping himself alive the entire time. Got himself VE as well. So that should keep himself hopefully plenty healthy. This is going to be yet another stun. Moo Wings got himself a bit of that setup with some hammers following through. Since he does have Aegis procced with a Dark Ascension, maybe one of those horribles connects. Oh, they were just flying in a random direction. The Pally, however, was able to avoid it. Zinzi is melting that Dawn Light. Unless you got a big heal. Might be lights here. Fear for a second. Are you gonna go for a Void Swap? You are playing Void Swap. Normally Void Swap is a little weird, but I will allow it. If you use a Void Swap to give yourself healing, I'm okay with that. Mind control. If you're gonna Void shoot somebody, you better be in line inside of them. Oh, or not. Or not. I'm not sure what happened, but or not. Oh no, no. Man, oh, you got another BOE? Hell yeah, Jake. The special gonna be up versus the cow. Gouge into a Kinder shot, and he's gonna go for no adaptation. Actually, no adaptation. Doesn't get proc from a Kinder shot. Never mind. Never mind. It does get proc. Full center to Meshmeshka though. He does go for a trinket. Blind to follow onto Moo Wings, and Moo Wings actually I think is in a fantastic spot. Normal trinket for the rogue. Got himself a random proc of wings with a Dawn Light on top of it. So you get yourself lots of freebie healing. Looking to pick up the eyes, but the rogue is not letting you do next stun. might be done. And that's going to be Hodge with Wings or Wake of Ashes available for movings very, very soon here. As long as he can catch up to the Smurshka, does stay on him as best as possible. Full stun, Wake of Ashes, full burst. Dawn Lights is going to have to cloak it, I think. Unless the rogue finds a way to self-heal or potentially get some counter pressure, which is Moo, who's got himself Shield of Vengeance. Unless you cloak, Vanish is going to give you a bit of that survivability. The Dawnlight, however, still has you out in the open. Smoke Bomb helps the situation even a little. Cheap Shot for a second. Shield of Vengeance doesn't hit him super hard. Blessing of Protection right after. Cloak Shot is for the rogue. Does not have any more vanishes, no more melds. If you can get a big Dawnlight on the rogue, next Hodge, I think could potentially be the end of it. Dawnlight does connect, actually. You just die? I think you just died of the dots. Yeah, you know, you just... Oh, Dawnlight fell off last second. The Smurshka, this is your chance. Oh, I was thinking it was going to somehow turn it around. Bubble still available for movies, potentially even laying hands. As this man is just tearing through that team. Rick with a quick AoE fear. Movies does break out of it with adaptation immediately, but that was a fear just to get a stun Axe Toss onto Moonwings, and now can spam fears at him. Yet another stun right after him. Still got Bubble in case he needs to. Download onto Rick. Rick is going to take a lot of pressure, lots of damage, and is keeping the dot rolling as best as possible. Reflector for Rick. As long as you don't hit yourself with a Hodge, you'll be okay. Does go for laying hands. Bubble is still available. Moving just need to find a way to catch up to Rick. He does have Wake of Ashes. He could send on the pets and is going to use it to stun the pets for a second. Just needs to get a couple of those Dawn Lights onto Rick, but he's going to slow down, unfortunately. Those pets are going to keep him crawling towards the Warlock little by little. He just needs to find an angle. Axe Toss not going to feel great. Bubbles it just to see if he can end this. Trinket out for Rick. Wall and is going to be able to break out of this fairly quickly with a port right after. Moo still on the chase. Needs a Hand of Freedom to catch up. AoE Fear, I feel like that barely hit him through the wall. Barely hit him through the wall, though. Hand to go down. Chaos Mother is going to be potential lots of damage. Fear after on to Moo with a stun from a distance. Moo might be in a bit of a rough spot right now. He could Dawnlight himself to at least heal, and he has line of sight. But looks like he's trying to see if he can keep that pressure onto Rick. Cannot Hodge for a second. Used to delay. Hodge, Axe Toss trade, but Moo still got himself a setup. Oh, what was that? What was that little like proc hit at the end there? And it's got Ka-Chow trying to see if he can take it. Does end up taking it. Moo held his own for like the entirety of Team 1, I'm pretty sure, right? Pretty sure for the entirety. Leo was trying to see if he can get himself an opener into Ka-Chow, but kind of like waddling over, giving him the honor duel. Mostly just waiting for the wings to fall off, let's be honest. Power of the Light Hammer, Sun Rider Power. Yeah, Sunwalker. Yeah, Sunwalker Torrent, man. Pretty much. He's got a cold ones. Look at this. It's a pack. Can you not grab a cold one? Does it not let you because you know the team? Oh no. He doesn't want to have a cold one with the boys, man. Alrighty, 8 minutes into the duel, 41% dampening. You're not going to get a lot of healing. Ka-Chow is walking into Leo with every defensive available. Immediate burst out of Leo. Sounds for retro, forcing a bubble. Leo backing up out of there. He just needs to live a little bit. Just live a little bit. So this bubble is gone. It might potentially be bad for Ka-Chow. Let's Ka-Chow can do something here. He needs some kind of defenses. Wards up for a second. Doesn't stop. Monsieur and Claire doesn't get disrupted. I think it might be lights right here. Obliterate after obliterate. And it's going to be enough to take down the Paladino. Moo Cow. Pick it up. Moo Moo Wings. I mean, actually make sure I get his name right. Moo Moo Wings. Put some respect on that name. Does end up picking up a lot of damage. Well done, well done. With 4 kills in a row. Well done, my guy. Get us another one going here, boys. Yeah, one más, one más. Let me know when your goods are ready, boys. We're getting another going. While I go and save it. It's 9:50 something, right? Here we go. I ordered pizza for tonight, chat, and I forgot to add the tip in the online order. Thank goodness I have a couple of buckaroos in my what's it? Wallet. I barely carry any cash anymore, man. I never thought about it, right? I never really need cash. But the barbershop that I go to, they still use cash. They still prefer cash. So I'm like, you know what? You guys made me look not homeless. So I'll go out of my way. Need one. Alrighty. Group should be listed up in the LG here in a second, yeah? Hopefully. Johnny says you guys are all ready. Ready? Beautiful. We'll send it. I'll roll with it and we will send it, boys. We've done Black Rook. Haven't done Tigers. It's a good one. I saw them both BOEs. Yeah, I see that, man. You got 2 BOEs. Does it sell for a lot on the auction house? Does it sell good? Yo, TK, my man.
Less than 3.
Less than 3. Thank you so much, my guy. Can we get a hashtag less than? Can we get a hashtag TK or just throw a less than 3 in the chat for TK? Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate you, my dude. I appreciate you. Or if you want, just hit his donut with a like. That also helps out too. The super chat with a like. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. Did I save this? I don't remember if I did. That was a great duel by the Moo Cow. Oh my god, another paladin winning every all. I think I did really, really good though. I didn't drop them. I've taken them off of the others. Oh, you're taking them. You traded them. Oh, for 100k? Bro, that is nutty. I need to do full runs on more of my ults, man. I think I'll do one tonight. Switch. Is it Moo again? Yeah, Moo is up first yet again versus Rick. A bit of a rematch. Rick needs this rematch. Reflect up, but a blind out for Moo. Winx is going to go following up with a Hodge, most likely. Still playing adaptation, so Rick is going to get the A-Wave here. It's going to get a trick out of him. Stun lock into Rick. Maybe looking for a gateway potentially. Does get himself a dark pack here. Is going to go for a big gate for Moo. He's going to try to see if he could rush out. Already got hit with 1 ASUS. So the next one is not going to hold him back at all. Plus, Blessing is Saint, barely going to be able to sit any kind of CC for a second. Rick does get around the pillar into a port to see if he can reposition. Still, lots of demons charging at Moo. He still has everything available. Lay on hands, bubble, spell warden / blessing of protection, whatever he needs. Still has it all. He's probably going to have to rotate a lay on hands here first though. But right while he's got wings available, I think he wants to go for that Dawnlight damage onto Rick. I don't think he's going to be able to. Not easily. AoE field for a second, no adaptation for a moment. And Rick, does he have a lockdown? Yet another fear. Going to be able to lock down Moo for a second with those fears while setting up all those pets. Axtos, that's going to be big. Oh! Yo, that demonology burst comes out of left field, dude. That's the eyeball build. That is the eyeball. He got a couple of Hand of Gul'dans. There's nothing that Moo Cow could have done there because those eyes when they... So every time you Hand of Gul'dan, once you get a new tier set, before you summon up a new demon from the Diabolist, you have these eyeballs next to you. And when you summon up a big demon, right? Overlord, Chaos Mother, or... It's so weak. Bring out a bubble back. Dude, bring out a bubble back. Or when you summon Pit Lord, those eyeballs fly in and they do a lot of damage in PvP. So I think he might have had a couple of those eyeballs, 2 maybe. 1 or 2, maybe potentially 3. But he's got enough Hand to go down, so once he does summon the new pet, it bursted him out of left field. He went from kind of okay to dead. Literally, unless you just know that there's an eyeball burst and you bubble it, yeah. He was like a 15 to 20% health. And he just got absolutely clobbered. Fear out for Rick. If he can pick up a couple more of these eyeballs and then set out big demons on Josiah, he'll be golden, man. He just needs to pick up a little bit more of those eyeballs. He needs Hand of Gul'dans, though. Unfortunately, you do need a lot of Hand of Gul'dans to make that burst happen. Overlord is going to be helpful. Reflect out for Rick. It is going to be a full immunity to magic damage, but it's going to be Rick still trying to see if he can get him more. How'd you get Chaos Mother and an Overlord together? What the hell was that? How'd you get the both? Stun onto Rick, but it's still a lot of damage Sias taken from that Doom Guard, though. That Doom Guard is absolutely just pummeling him. And there goes the bubble. Rick, maybe he can go for a gateway, maybe a port. He got himself defenseless. Hold on a second. Maybe Rick got himself locked in. He's in a anti-paladin arc. He's got himself full fear and a tyrant full burst available to stun onto Saya, who doesn't have a bubble anymore. Shield of is barely going to help. The Pit Lord is absolutely tearing you apart. Demon bolts flying from every direction. He's got himself a bit of healing. Rick has himself a trinket to get out of stun immediately. Saya is not in a great spot. Blight on those pets is going to be Charhound for Rick. I don't know if he mentioned we rolled Charhounds, but maybe. He definitely needs to get more eyeballs to get himself a big proc onto Saya. He's got himself another ward too, so if he could reflect a Hodge, that would be huge. That Doom Guard. Saya, you better not walk out. Yeah, the Doom Guard is going to tear you apart, man. Get the Doom Guard attacking. that Doomguard needs to start attacking immediately. Otherwise, it's not going to get any value. You need to get that thing attacking. And to go down with an Overlord. Axe toss. It might be light. Lay on hands. He's going to keep Saya alive for a second longer here. Rick still got himself with Doomguard for a second. Reflect up because there's a Hodge. Saya trying to see if he can delay it a little bit. Port out for Rick. Got himself a bit of damage. Rick got himself Dark Pact together with an AoE Fear and a Tyrant available in case he needs to. Dark Pact a little bit early. Most likely go for a Tyrant right now. He's going to go for a big port. Doomguard yet again. Maybe a Tyrant. Or no Tyrant? Saya better be very careful, man. That Doomguard is going to be end of him. That Doomguard, if he gets too many Shadow Bolts, that thing is going to hurt. Even through Shield of Vengeance, look at that thing tearing apart the Shield of Vengeance. Every single one of those Shadow Bolts hurts a lot. And that thing is still out in the open. AoE Fury into Saya for just a second. That's going to show Blessing of Saint, but it looks like it didn't connect fast enough. So Rick is going to hit with Hodge. He's going to get adapted port. Wake of Ashes. He's nowhere near you. If you can get more pets, Tyrant, full demons, that's going to be huge, actually. Could be absolutely massive. Question is, though, do you have enough damage? Do you have enough? Does get himself a quick fear. As is going to be more pets charging out over at Saya. AoE fuel for just a second. As he's got himself even more fears. Chaos Mother joins in. Shadow Fury. Infernal from a distance. Dreadstalker's charging in. Got himself a Doom. What is it? Doom. Demon Bolts. I am losing my mind here. With a Tyrant, hold on. At this point, Saya must have something coming back up, right? Maybe Lay on Hands. No Spell Warden, no Bubble. Maybe Lay on Hands is back up at this point. The Tyrant is kind of being dummy. He's not attacking him at all. Is going to go for a bit of damage. He does have one more eyeball. Doomguard joins in. That's still a lot of pets chasing after Saya. Shield of Vengeance keeping him nice and healthy. Or at least a little longer. He's waiting until Adaptation is back up. Reflect for a second. Adaptation is back in play. Is going to be Axe Toss for a second. Fear, do you have another pet to summon? Do you have another big demon to summon? It's going to be Charhound. Fear onto Saya. Dreadstalkers are in. Do you have a big summon though? You get a big summon. Hand of Gul'dan. Chaos Mother. Big burst. That's going to be a lot of damage. Saya with a stun into a Hand of Gul'dan's. Oh, that's two Paladins back to back, baby. Two Paladins back to back, baby. Taken out. That is so rough, man. That is so rough. Holy moly, chat. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's going to be insane trying to see if he can get himself some pressure, some kind of damage. Got himself cheap shot. Going to be a quick fear as Rick tried to see if he can get himself cast in here as best as possible. Got himself a bit of the Dark Pact. And insane looking to grapple over. Pallies were a tough one, but the question is, can he fight a rogue? I think normally Demonology does do really well against rogues. Like really, really well against rogues. But the question is he going to be able to keep the pressure rolling here this way? Shadow, that's going to be Doomguard. You just got to live now. Let the Doomguard tear apart the rogue. That's pretty massive. He got himself one of the eyeball. If you can get himself a second one too, that'd be great. AoE Fear, Pit Lord is in. Quite a bit of damage. Let's try to see if he can keep those fears back to back on the guy. Big Ruination. Hand to go down. Cleaving down until Leo accidentally. Leo backing up out of there. Insane trying to see if he can escape. Bandage does come out. Eyes are they available on this side? They're not, but I think the rogue is still. No, he's not in combat. He's not dotted. Yeah, potentially going to be eyes for Rick. What? You can't glide up here? I thought glide would give you just enough height. No, apparently you can't. Yeah, we're learning this for ourselves. Maybe you can find yourself like, you know, clip yourself on a little edge of that outer platform and then like jump over the chain. But yeah, it doesn't look like you just jump up there unless you're Demon Hunter. Or if you have like grapple hook maybe as a rogue. Because you could at least grapple to one of the posts, one of the pillars. Maybe. That's about all you can do, honestly. Or stepped. Somebody's already there. Rick trying to see if he can get himself a bit of that auto position. Fear onto Insane for a second. Is it going to be enough though? Fear to follow. The rogue is kind of low on health. Ed's going to be Chaos Mother, but advantage. Let's him escape. The eyeballs do get sent in, but he does get himself advantage with an escape. Rick with a stun from a distance, just trying to see if he could randomly toss it out. But I don't think he finds Insane anywhere though, unfortunately. This is going to be, I guess Insane is just going to wait it out completely. Just going to reset it. Actually, yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, like, if you're just going to run at Rick, you're just going to die. Right? That's what you can really do. Look to see Paladins bite the dust is glorious. Yeah, man. Rick, if anybody is going to be able to take down Palace, I think Rick is going to be the boy. As Rick, I think, is trying to see if he can go for a huge play here. Just try to see if he can have himself a proper game. Finally, not go on dead last for a duel. This is going to be his chance to possibly shine here. He just got to fight a rogue. This is going to be his better matchup. Question is, this go up against Leo or Curdy? Because so far, Leo has been able to get some pressure on him before. If it's Curdy, maybe it'll be a little bit easier, but Shadow Priest should never be discounted. Cloak Shot is for Insane. Big gateway out for Rick. He just tried to stay away from Insane as best as possible. All those pets are in. I don't know if he could go for like an Axe Toss or anything like that to like lock him down, but I think the pets are just going to be more than enough. He doesn't even need to do much. He needs to live long enough, let the Dreadstalkers, let all the other pets do enough damage. Curdy with a full PI silences himself with that Netherward Reflect, which is huge for Rick. It's going to be a big rift out on him. And as long as you control as much damage from Curdy, you can always port the rift, but also you can try to make sure that rift does not grow in size. For Curdy, once he gets a rift, he needs to get those Mind Blasts in, if possible. He needs to get those DPs in order to pump up the rift. Mind Blast will also pump up the rift with a T reset. So it's definitely worth for him to do so. Shadow Crusher on the corner is going to be able to connect damage freebie onto Rick with that tentacle, continue to channel at him from a distance. And Curdy looking for a bit of the reset. Axe Toss into Curdy does go for a disperse with Rick. Got himself Tyrant, full pressure, everything available. Fear right after. Curdy looking for a bit of that full damage with the Torrent. Does get Axe Toss on it though. I don't know if you can go for any instant cast. Reflect up for Rick for a second. You can still load him up with some DPs. AoE Fear on all those pets. Picking up a little bit of healing. Rick kind of lowish. Curdy definitely a lot lower. Curdy does have a silence. No stuns, unfortunately. No fear for a while. And actually might just be dead. Might actually just be dead unless he can stand still and cast heals. It looks like the Felguard did fall off. Apparently. Yeah. Overlord randomly jumping around the pillar. I thought Curdy was going to be okay, but looks like he's not okay. And a Doom Procken? Did he spawn a Doom Guard with it? No, he didn't. Halo is literally using everything he can just to give himself a heal. Even Halo, even Holy Nova, any kind of heal you can give yourself, anything is going to be helpful at this point, right? Even just putting VE on all these pets is going to give you some healing back from those guys. Even a little. DPs, just to see if you can dumpster a bunch of damage onto the pet and heal with it as best as possible. Got himself full Void Torrent. At this point, honestly, may not be the one to just take on that pet. It's going to be Rick trying to see if he can position himself over here, resummoning the pet. He's going to be funneling it over with a bit of health. Curdy still has himself that rift, still has himself that potential damage, has himself the pets. AoE Fear on some of those demons. He needs to get himself an angle to get himself a proper go versus Rick. He's got PI. He's still trying to see if he can stick it out here as best as possible. Disperse, still technically available. Trinket to follow him. Stun onto Rick. He doesn't have a way to break out of the stun, unfortunately. Silencing himself with the Netherward, unfortunately, but it is going to be dispersed out for Curdy to get himself a full reset here, boys. To try to keep himself alive as best as he can. Shadow Crash down onto Rick with a Tyrant to follow. Rick got himself at least a little bit of damage. And Curdy with the Fear, AoE. Dark Ascension up next is going to be more pets jumping in. Axe Tossed. I don't really know what else he could really do. It's just lights. Leo's last one left. And Rick got every defensive backup. This is going to be a tough matchup for Rick, however, because a couple of times so far tonight, Leo and Rick have been going back and forth here. Is going to get Chain of Ice. I don't know if he got Port. Wall may not be enough. AoE Fear is available. Does have a Port last second. Does have a Warlock Hellstone as well. Does have another word as well. Maybe another word. Another word silence on Leo. That is huge. I don't know if he can just stay away, but those Riders, they're just going to keep charging at him. Lichborn right after. I think it's lights. I don't think there's anything he can do. Yeah. I think he did the best he could. That was a hell of a match, though, for Rick, however. That was amazing. He did do really, really well. It is going to be a Zinzi. Try to see if you can just get some last-ditch damage onto Leo, who just had to send a lot versus Rick, though. You see a lot of death back, but like a 69% dampening. Nice. It's not going to be effective. Maybe AMS, maybe AMZ for some of the shadow damage, but like a single big rift and like a big pump up in damage. And I think Leo might just be done for the count, man. Is the stun going to be a stun around the corner, Trinket right after? Got himself a Shadow Crash. That's a connected, but unless you can get some like actual proper damage into Leo, which is, it's a problem with Shadow Priest, like not a lot of mobility. Fear onto Leo. Void Torrent, that's going to be huge. Dome barely doing anything. You're still taking a lot of damage from it. If you can get around the corner and get a couple DPs, hell, even if you just do DPs on our Riders, I think it still does a lot of damage. Does get a DP into Leo. I was looking for a couple of Death Strikes, man. That might not be enough. Big burst out for Zinzi, though. I think for Leo, it might be lights. He does have Death Pact. I don't know if he wants to use it though. He's just still taking constant damage. The Chain of Ice on the Zinzi are rough, but as long as he can get himself like a DP, couple of DPs onto Leo. Hell, even if he just gets the next Rift, I think it's lights for Leo. He's got himself Death Pact, barely any health to work with. And he's just trying to see if he can stay mounted as best as he can. Zinzi just chilling on this side. Flashy heal available. But Leo, not a lot of health left, man. He can go for a silence, technically. He has some offensive power, so maybe he can just throw everything at Zinzi. Stun. Silence. You can just silence him, Zinzi. Fear is huge. You do just... Ooh, boy, Torrent. I think it's over. Yeah, Leo's trying to see if he can catch up to you and see if he can burst you down, but I think it's over. I think it's lights. I think it's over. Yeah, it's over. Well done, Zinzi. Even somehow got a DP through around the pillar. I don't know how you did that. But Rick picking up 4. Well done, Rick. And well done, Zinzi. Well played, boys. Nice. Well done, everybody. Alrighty, boys. I think we'll have to call it here, man. As much as I want to do more chat, I am taking this medication for a foot thing, and I need to eat something. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a really good time. So I was trying to see if I can get some food before the stream, because I was supposed to eat something for lunch. I'm gonna just have to pace out the dinner. But yeah, I can't do one more, chat. I can't do one more. I have to go. I actually have to go. I gotta get some food in me and do some health stuff, basically. Yeah, I actually have to go. If I didn't have to do it, I would have been all right. But I am gonna have to go, man. I appreciate you guys for joining me, though. Hey, thank you so much for coming by, man. I appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Super fun hanging out with all of you, as usual. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be doing some duels over for the Team NA. Unless for some reason Team NA just isn't really able to participate. Last week we did get like 3 duels and 2 of them were like a 4v4. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get a proper 5v5s, but if let's say, hey, if NA is slowing down again, chat, I might just do double up on EU Friday and Saturday, both EU days. Potentially. But if we have enough homies on EU tomorrow, EU homies watching the NA stream, and like if NA just take it forever to get started, and you guys make some groups on EU and we can get some 2 groups together, we can maybe do some more duels on EU. Hopefully NA not be sleeping. Yeah, we'll see. I do like how NA have actually been able to play some proper games. They've been a lot of fun. Proper fun, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But yo, thank you guys so much for coming by. Appreciate you guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely get your time walkings, man. Get your time walkings out of the way. Don't sleep on them. You can get a lot of gear for those, man. A lot of good items, both from the time walking raid bosses, the quest, and as well as the quest for Mana Forge Omega. Yeah. Alrighty, boys. Catch you all tomorrow. Peace.